the Marriage Show with Regina Dorcas. Whatever it takes, you can fix it.
Hello, welcome to another wonderful and exciting episode of Spice the Marriage Show, where we talk and educate on relationships and marriage. And I am Regina Dorcas. Today on the program, we're still looking at the word divorce. Last time we spoke extensively about the topic divorce, and we had some of our guests that said women come into marriage with arsenals in order to see when the marriage is getting too hot, they can just produce the arsenal in order to have strength. And all the others said, now every man needs a woman, whether you like it or not. It's all about women. I have these three wonderful guests that spoke extensively about this topic last time. They're still on the studio with me to talk about the word divorce. If you have any question or any contribution on this topic, feel free to send us a text on any of the numbers scrolling on the screen, or follow us on all our social media platforms. We'll be right back. Hello, welcome back. If you're just joining us, it's Spice the Marriage Show, and we're still talking divorce. Now, divorce is one thing that is so rampant in our society today, and is becoming a norm somehow, which it was not like that before. Now, we want to look at the causes of divorce and how to fix it. Don't forget, last time also we talked about sex, and they said it is how you grow up that made sex a problem in marriage, which we are going to talk about that today. All right, from my left, I have Mr. Uche Azubini. You're welcome back.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome to the program. And
pleasure.
I also have Mrs. Alimat. You're welcome, ma'am.
Thank you.
Welcome. And our almighty Dr. Hassan. You're welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you for having
You're
me.
welcome back. Yeah, like I said, we're going to have a return match about the word divorce. You talked about your arsenals, you talked about your women, and you talked about them attacking the women. So today we are looking at the word divorce. So I'm going to start with Mrs. Alimat, because you know, last time I said the men were the head of the house. Yes, they are the head of the house, but they say women first. So let me start with you.
Yes, please.
Divorce. So let us look at what are the causes? Why is it so rampant today?
Thank you. We have so many causes for divorce, but the most important thing is lack of commitment. Because people marry for so many reasons. Some are for material things. Some are for probably they are of age. There is so much pressure on them. Some are for society, or let's say class.
Okay.
Yes, they do. We have so many reasons, but the reasons for divorce are many, and it could be attributed to, number one, immaturity.
When they're not mature.
It could be the man, it could be the woman.
Okay.
Because immaturity brings in so many things. It allows you to bring an intruder into your marriage without you even knowing.
Okay.
When you have misunderstanding with your partner or with your spouse, the next thing you do is, Mommy, can you hear what she's saying now? You are the one that forced me into this marriage. I told you I didn't want her from the start. Immaturity.
Don't you think that's one of the problems also, when you, somebody is not ready to marry a particular person, and you push the person into marrying the person?
It is, but the society allows it.
Okay.
We encourage it.
In our society?
In our society.
Okay. Dr. Uche, do you agree to that?
I think I agree to what she said.
The society accepts that.
But
Enforcing, is it still happening?
it's not a society thing per se. I feel people should be able to be responsible for their decisions, especially adults.
Okay, from the
All
man
right.
side or the woman side?
You see, for instance, now, no, both sides,
Okay.
both male and female. If I take a decision, an advice from you, for instance, I've also advised myself. I should be able to take responsibility for the choice I've made. I won't just come and say, he pushed me into this marriage. You're an adult.
Okay.
And for you to be up to age to move into a man's home, or a man going to marry a woman, you should be able to know what's good for you and what's not good for you. So blaming it on people pushing you, or I don't think that's
okay. Let's
that's
hear from you.
responsible
One of the causes, what is pushing women out of the house today, and men, because some men are hopping out.
I also think that a lot of humans generally have this issue of interpersonal relationship. You know, marriage, like if I tell my friends, marriage is just like you living in the same house with your best friend.
Okay.
Just a step ahead that you guys are having sex, and maybe you have children and you are raising them. You are just living in the same house with your best friend.
When you say best friend, let's start from,
Okay.
let me say, when you were dating.
All right.
How was it? Is it the same thing when you start having children?
That's where, you see, it's
having
the
sex.
responsibility issue. That's why you need to understand what you're going into. She mentioned commitment.
Okay.
As an adult, before you get into marriage, you should be able to understand that there will be children along the line.
Okay.
Yes, you already know. So you don't go in there and begin to blame people. And a lot of people have issues with interpersonal relationship. If you look around, there are people who find it difficult to cohabit with people in a space.
Yeah.
Even in secondary school days, we have those who couldn't stay in the hostel. In the university days, you have others who will tell you that they cannot stay with a roommate. You can't cope with a roommate and you want to marry somebody. How will you cope? So it's just a step ahead. Interpersonal relationship training. Before now, you find people, young men and women, their parents will send them, they will go for holiday. They will go and stay with another person. They are staying with another family. It's not the routine in your house. Things will change. You see how other people see life. If you eat breakfast by 8, maybe in another person's house is by 10, you will know that there can be hunger. That you can actually stay for another 2 hours before eating. So you view life from different perspectives.
Angles.
You understand? So
Okay.
interpersonal relationship plays a lot of role. It's something that we should develop while we are growing. And you teach, in short, parenting, that's what I call it. Bad parenting is the major issue.
Of divorce these days.
Yes, it's part of it.
Okay.
It's part of it.
Okay. Dr. Hassan.
Yes.
Last time you talked about, I really want to talk about the word sex today.
Okay.
Now, last time you talked about sex, that's
Yes.
just like he's saying parenting. He is talking about the way your parents brought you up and all of that.
Yes.
Yes.
And you also talked about in marriage, probably you were having sex like often while growing up. Then when you get into marriage, if you don't have enough sex, you will want to opt out. So I would want you to really expatiate that angle, sequel to the fact that he talked about parenting. Does that go through the side of parenting too?
Yes, because parent is the foundations of any, whether men or women, as you are growing. In my own house, until you're ready to get married, you can't bring in the girlfriend into the house. Which house? Is it your house? In fact, the girl who come to visit you, my mother will ask you, doesn't have a family to do work. What is she doing by this time? So while there are some parents, the children is as free as air. Again, economy also contributes. That's why I said at that time. Sex is one aspect that causes divorce today.
Yeah.
Simply because in those days, it is the background people look at. But why now is economy has come the frontier. Because without economy, in most cases home, people cannot survive. Now you could see there are children who are growing today. They are the ones who train themselves. Their parents did not care. And they become independent. Now they now move into a marriage. And through that, a lot of women today has gone through a lot before they become a graduate.
Yeah.
So you could see that if during that time she's single, she has all the flex she wants to have. And now it's in the marriage. And you think you want to continue with that lifestyle. It cannot work. This is one of the causes. Where she feels when she was single, this is the way she lived her life, this is how she enjoyed having sex as she likes. Now she has already constrained herself into one hole. And that particular place, it is not enough. This can now trigger. And now get
Does it
the issue of
attribute
divorce.
to the fact that some men will think that the woman is being overused or something?
No, not overuse here.
Okay.
Not in terms of overuse. you know, the physiology of individual are different. There are people who can comprehend why some people cannot comprehend. But today, compatibility is key. If you have reached that maturity stage, that as a man or as a young girl, you want to get married, are you compatible with the person in terms of relationship, in terms of talking, ideas, and everything? There's some houses, they cannot spend a week without not quarreling.
Okay.
So the divorce is just waiting. While there are women, as he said, the intentions of going into the marriage, the expectations is so high. Within a short period of time, he has not seen that expectations. Then he starts to withdraw. Then problem now start coming. Disobedient will now come inside. And you know, for a man preferred you should give him a total respect.
True.
Than other things. But the anger of a woman who, because of emotional, she cannot be able to control or voice out, this is what you cannot do. That is why people should be compatible in terms of relationship, in terms of talking, so that there's nothing you cannot discuss. For me today, there's nothing I don't discuss with my wife. And I've never one day tell anybody there's an issue. No. Because if there's anything, I will call you. It's why this thing is like this. Your reactions will determine. Yes.
Okay, Mrs. Halimat, let me hear from you now. I'm really, really particular about the word sex because it's one of the major things today that is making a lot of people go their separate ways. Now, another thing that I came to discover is some men are impotent because the average Nigerian today, woman, if you go to some homes, some children are not theirs. It's not the...
Were you able to confirm that?
No, with what is the trending, what is happening today, that's what I'm trying to say. Okay. I'm not saying that I have confirmed, no. Pardon me if I sounded that way. Okay. But what is happening, the new trend now is a man will come out. How many people in social media? Oh, this child is not my own and all of that. There is one I watched this morning that said he knew he was impotent. He knows. He didn't tell the wife. The wife found out and now start having children outside. 3 kids.
But without them having an agreement.
No agreement, and the man has been hiding the whole thing from the woman. And the woman found out that my husband is impotent. He went to the family doctor and he has been telling the husband, let's go, let's go. The man refused. So what will she do? She now started having children. And when they bring the children, the man will, hey.
Will be happy.
So that's one of like 1 million. But what we are trying to look at now is sex. Just like you said, a lot of women are complaining out there. A lot of men are complaining out there. So let's hear from you. And I believe you've been married for a while. So I think you have...
yes, for over 10 years now.
Over 10 years. Oh,
yes,
okay.
13 or 14, if I could remember. 14. Sex in marriage is very, very important. Because I believe that is the general exercise that both of you do together, that you enjoy most.
Outside the quarreling.
Outside the quarreling. So if there is insufficient sex, it could lead to divorce. But I don't believe sex is the major reason for divorce. Either it is too much, one party complaining that the other is asking for too much sex, or it is not, because there is always a balance. Everything is not, there are so many things you can do aside sex that will even bring satisfaction to the man, that will bring satisfaction to the woman.
Educate us.
So there are 4 plays that you will engage in.
You said you married for how many?
For 14 years now.
Okay, I've been married for over 20-something years.
That's good.
I think I'm the senior person here.
Okay. I concur. I agree with you.
You see,
I should be letting know.
Generally, if you look at the African men, Nigeria is not exceptional. We are not of romantic. It is now we are adopting into romantic. That is the truth nature. Why? That is why you see a black man want to get it hot.
Okay.
Why the white people want to take it slow. This is it. Now, if you are looking at that aspect, yes, that is why I've said it, that one aspect that causes divorce today in most marriages is sex, which she has buttressed it. Yeah. Because when a woman, you are growing, and you have opportunity to have a lot of boyfriend relationship, either because of economy or because of one thing or the other, which the major aspect of it today is economy. You hear what we call hookup. Okay. Now, at the end of the day, a man will still going to marry that lady. And if it's a woman who has used to multiple men in a relationship, as at the time he now gets married and is not getting enough, that will bring a problem. Just as you said, because your background, you have been trained and grow up in a family whereby it is your husband who should disvirgin you, who has right to touch you. So you have buttressed it. But there are how many women that are brought up in that manner? I, as a man, have said it, that when we are growing, I married at the age of 25 years. Yes, because you are brought up in a manner to be that, yes, you go to party, you do all sorts of things, but woman must be respected. You don't touch a woman that does not belong to you. You've not possessed her by your right hand. This is the brought up.
So in a case where this
a woman has been able to have this a lot of multiple relationship and you now get into marriage, okay, that is where you now feel that these men are not doing enough and now went out and get a pregnancy and bring it.
What about the men?
Yes.
That go out even when the house is comfortable?
Yes, there are men, you know, I said it the last time, I said it's easy for men
to cheat
than women to cheat. Two things that make women to cheat: economy, sexual satisfactions. These are the two things. And in a woman's, when you give these two, you are the top. She sees nobody as anything except you.
Okay.
These are also things.
It's golfing.
So that is why we often say that in our own context here, Nigerian women are no women you carry a flower and give. No. If I say, oh, you are beautiful, I should give you some cash.
Oh, yes.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Oh, that's a beautiful woman.
You've been taking already.
Yes. So you could see it, that why the other climate, when you tell a woman she's beautiful, you offer her a flower.
Dr. Hassan, you said something about hot.
Yes.
And cocoa.
Yes.
I didn't understand that part.
What you mean that for a man, for African man,
okay,
that is our generic, that is who we are.
Okay.
You can't take it away.
Okay.
But because of globalizations, in terms of education, exposure, living together and everything, issue of romanticizing is becoming up a little. Oh, but what we know those days, that within a man and a woman is hot.
That's a sexual intercourse.
Exactly.
Say it the way it is.
Straight up.
So that is why you now see, you take a girl out, you come and visit me. What is he visiting you for? So are you getting it now?
Yeah.
The same way our women too now tell you, say, I've been giving this guy eye. It's like he's not smart. He's trying to let know that, look, I've been allowing you and you are saying a different thing. I will go there, we are wasting time. Knock me.
So it should be
shoot your shot.
Shoot your shot. Prove to me you are the man.
You are the man. Okay, Mr.
So
Uche.
this is our woman too here.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, let's hear from Mr. Uche. He's been like wanting to talk, so let me hear from you.
Few women are very emotional beings.
Okay.
Yes, and very complex too. You see, what happens to a particular woman may actually be very different from
the other.
Yes. So if you have opportunity of dating one or two women before you get married, you will discover that they are not the same.
Yes.
That's the truth. People are different. Like I said the last time, you should be able to understand people for who they are, and you love them the way they want to be loved. I think that's the only way. If you treat a woman or a woman treats a man the way each of them wants to be treated,
well,
the person will stay.
Remember you said no love.
The person will stay.
You remember you said only fools fall in love.
No, that's not, you did not understand the clause. Let me explain it to you.
Let
me explain it to you.
Context. He said only mumu.
I think I need to explain it now.
Okay.
I said earlier that marriage is just like a step ahead of you staying in a house with your best friend.
Yeah.
Now, there are things that your very good friend will do. You know that this one has messed up. But you will not do anything, you just close your eyes. Like my father will tell you, you don't marry a woman with your two eyes open. You close one. So that you not see everything. You don't need to see everything. You see the good ones, leave the bad ones. You can address it on a low.
What if you can address it?
You see, that is where
Because those are the things that are
irreconcilable
causing-
difference is
causing
coming.
the divorce we are looking
Yes,
about now.
that is where
Address them.
irreconcilable differences come in, because you cannot totally eliminate divorce. You cannot.
But we can slow it down.
Of course, that's what we are trying to do.
Yeah.
So if you know that this is what your friend likes, and you're doing those ones, and because we are human beings, the truth is that you will never find somebody who will not offend you. Nobody
Have I
that you
offended
keep in.
before?
I'm not married to you. You understand? If you are married to somebody,
Okay.
there is no way in this life that you will find somebody that you live in the same house with for years and the person will not offend you. So I always say, marry somebody you can easily forgive.
Yes.
Do you understand?
That's love.
Yes, that's love.
Ah.
So of course,
Love forgives, yes.
see,
Please, Mrs.
forgiveness.
Salima.
Let me explain this thing to you.
Mrs.
You know, to
Salima.
forgive people looks
They
like
believe in love. So
no,
now
no,
they're
no, no,
able
no.
to
I believe in
bring
love.
it
You don't
out.
understand the clause. I'm still explaining
That
it.
is love.
If to forgive is not very simple,
Okay.
you have to play a fool to forgive somebody. There is something you will do to me. If I want to use all my senses and say, this one that you've done is not like you should have done it, like we will have problem. So for me to subpedal is as if you're playing the fool. It's not as if you're a fool.
You now turn the mumu.
Yes, that is what it is. So if you cannot play the fool, you see that there will always be problem. There will always be problem because you cannot find someone who will not offend you. So the game is, you offend me, I forgive you. I offend you, you forgive me. And we will stay.
Okay, we'll be going on a short break, and when we come back, we'll look at the way forward in divorce. Now we've been able to at least establish some
Causes.
causes
Yes.
of divorce. So we
Yeah.
look at the way forward. If you're just joining us, it's Spice the Marriage Show, and we've been discussing divorce. I've had a very wonderful time with Mr. Uche, Mrs. Alimat, and Dr. Hassan. I want to say a very big thank you. I've learned a lot today. And like they have said, women, there are a lot of no's. The days of no's, the days of ovulation,
I am not
the
in
wave
the
of
mood.
period, the day of I'm not in the mood. We should try and understand the man. But that doesn't mean the man should go outside.
We haven't said
It
so.
haven't
doesn't
said
mean
so.
the man should go outside.
But we haven't
At this
said so.
point, I also think the man should comfort
You
the
cannot.
woman and be there for her,
Yes.
because people should remember, we women, whether you like it or not, we are the producers. We produce your children. We produce everything. Whatever you give to us, we triple, we double, and we give back to you. That alone gives us the reason sometimes to say,
stay.
I am tired. That gives us the reason to say, please, I am not in the mood. Because sometimes you're thinking about sex, and the woman is calculating, what are they eating tomorrow morning? How are the children going to school? What are they? All those things goes round and round and round. And at this point, I will use this medium to say, men also be attentive also to women, their problems,
And spend more
and
time
spend
with
more
them.
time with them, and see how you can help them in some cases, because women are not saying they're tired, but they also need that love. They also need that thing for you to be there and look at these children with them. So I want to say a very big thank you to
Yeah,
all of
most
you for
welcome.
coming on the program again. I'm really grateful, and just like Dr. Hassan said, the women need to understand the generics of a man to be able to turn the man down. I think every woman should look at that part of, because that's another thing that a lot of women do not look at.
Yes.
Try and understand who you're getting married to. Try and understand the person, that the person is not the same mother with you. It came from another clan, another family, another ethnic group, and all of that. So try and understand who you're getting married to, so that you sometimes try and be in one page. If you have any question or any contribution on this topic, and you would want to be part of this program, please feel free to send us a text on any of the numbers scrolling on the screen, or follow us on our social media platform. I still remain your host, Regina Dokpesi. Bye for now.
Spice the Marriage Show with Regina Dorcas. Whatever it takes, you can fix it.